Good morning, good evening, or whatever the fuck you're doing. This is my Alfred Hitchcock rendition of talking about DMT, my journey with it. Excuse me, I have to, this helps me cope with ever since my journey, this has been the thing that's been able to keep me back in mild journeys. I don't even need that much anymore these days. It's been interesting. This video is for people who are interested in experiencing DMT, what it is, why it's important, especially now, and just my own personal journey. Let me just say that I do not advocate the usage of any of these things for anything more than recreation. And I will just say that I am not a medical professional, nor am I a facilitator of any of these things. If you're interested, you can talk to some people, I can talk to some shaman, but talk to the shaman and it's out of my hands. And I don't know anything else after that. I don't even know real names, and I prefer it that way because DMT is one of the most illegal drugs, is the most legal drug in the world. And it's in everything. And it's most importantly, when you sit in dark completely, that's when DMT starts to work. That's when your own DMT starts to work. In absolute darkness for as long as you can get it. Then you start to secrete it. And the journey begins. My first experience with DMT was in Santa Fe. When I started to, when I didn't know at the time that's what that was, but a friend of mine had said, hey, let's walk these tunnels, heaven and hell in Santa Fe. They're accessible if you know how to find them. And they're just these little, I guess, drainage through a little ditch, water reservoir, just in case the city floods, kind of a thing, whatever. Funny how cities, even in the mountain, have a thing to keep you from flooding. It's kind of like, you're all worried about flooding too? It's like something they know, about flooding. They're all aware of the I guess biblical traditions or something. Anyway, I digress. But so yeah, I go in there, I walk in there, it's absolute darkness. You can't see anything. You had a flashlight, you can't see anything. That's how dark it is. Flashlight needs something to bounce off of for there to be light to work. Flashlight flashing in absolute darkness is going to do nothing. It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing to flash. Like, you ever try flashing a light up in the sky? What nothing bounces off the light. It mutes it. Too much darkness mutes the light. And so as I'm walking through there, you really can't see anything. You can't even see your feet. You can't even see what's going on. When you go to the left or to the right, then you can see things on the walls. And so, but when you turn all the lights off, it's completely dark. And then you start to see things, envision things. Your mind takes over. It fucks with you. It trips with you. You get into a whole other space. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And so, yeah, the spirit molecules is real. Getting mushrooms, and then I remember in 2009 was my change around year, because that was a year like prior to that year, I had a psilocybin trip, and that triggers the DMT in your mind to see things, and then you start to see these other worlds and start seeing little short people, blue people, all these different realms. But then I noticed all the realms that I started seeing because I started listening to somebody else's conversation about it, and so then I realized that there's deeper levels, deeper chemicals to trigger in the mind to see deeper realms. And so how I got into DMT was I just thought about it really hard one day. Heard somebody talking about it. I thought about it. What would it be like? And it was scary because the second I thought about it, the next day somebody came at to me with some little powder shit, and I was like, whoa. I didn't really want to smoke it. I know I'm smoking, but I didn't want to smoke that. Something about it, just I didn't want to smoke it. Then it's quicker, it's faster, then you're there, and you come back. Like, smoking it, I guess if that's what you want to do in a time, but I don't know. Personally, I don't advocate smoking it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I haven't smoked it, so hey. There's a DMT Journey with Mike Tyson with the King Frog thing. You should check that out. He smoked it and he had a really good time, and that's a good video. But yeah, I would just say my experience with DMT was basically I saw my most profane experience was 2009. 2009 had a really rough time, suicidal, all these things. It helped me see the inflections of my pain, you know. And then that was after the psilocybin trips. But then healing from the inside of my pains and stuff. Then in 2018, my first Dmt experience, just I'll never forget. I see it every day. I'll see it every day. I will see it forever. I know because it'll be the thing that will connect me for when I do go back on the other side other times. And if you want to transition or pass on or just pass forms or change forms, this will be the construct that you'll see, and it is really a constant flowing of energy, lines after lines upon waves upon just energy that just constantly move. And these two beings that are shaped like the energy came to me too, and they said to me, "Thank you for being here. Welcome back." And I felt the smile energy, and they said, "Enjoy." After they said, "Enjoy," I felt the smile because they don't have the skin and flesh like we can articulate with art and with the eyes of creation. No, this is like, man, they were. If you ever see the artwork of Alex Gray, check out Alex Gray. It's kind of like that. These beings that have no form but form, they are within and also without. They are. It's what you are. You're an engineer. People say the machine elves and all that or whatever. They were the same height as me. I was laying down. I got up there, but when I was laying down, I was still walking forward in that realm, that time. Everything was moving, vibrating. It reaffirmed what I was already seeing as a kid, with the constant vibrations that I was always seeing with my eyeballs, and because it's a constant vibration. But this constant vibration, I was flowing and walking on, flowing and walking on, stepping on. Everywhere I looked, there was a stairway. Everywhere I looked, there was a doorway, constant doorways, just constant doorways. And then I was like, wow. And everywhere I moved, this is what it was. And this is okay. I get it now. This is just, we are always in this constant creation state. It is our own emotions that lag us here, and getting through them, super important to feel your true loving self in all this friction. Because all that energy is a peaceful, chaotic friction that you are making order of as you're moving through it. You're making order of it. And the order you're making is just whatever you decide to land on. And it's overwhelming. If you're not well versed in what you're supposed to read, if somebody doesn't tell you what you're looking at or prepare you, it'll overwhelm you. And I was looking at this my whole life as a kid. When I closed my eyes, I didn't know what I was looking at. And then this just like made it defined that you're always constantly looking at the vibration of everything. You're constantly in it. And your spirit creates the flesh to live in this experience. But more importantly, your soul is the constant vibration of everything. And the shapes you decide to take and structure, you decide to make whatever, is on you. But that's what it was. And my DMT journey shared with me that I am a constant architect of my own design all the time. I'm always giving myself bliss. I'm always giving myself peace. I'm always loving myself. Even during those times when I've been hard and aggressive with myself or inflection of something negative, still the end result was I'm trying to love myself and understand this pain. And then I went head on and looked at it. And now I am enjoying my transition because I'm seeing the other side, because I know there's constant other sides. There's constant lines. There's constant. So I tattooed You can't see it in the dark because, I chose to make this video dark because in the darkness is the DMT. You have it already. You don't have to, get it from another person. You can, and it's good, but you can just sit in absolute darkness and achieve it through just sitting there for like something like a long, like maybe like 6 hours, 36 hours, or however long you can hold out, fasting in the total darkness. You'll trip. You'll trip hard. You'll trip very hard. I promise you. You know, you don't think you got that kind of time? You know, think about it real hard, like I did, and then let things just kind of come into your hand. And with that being said, sorry this minute video just ran long. I just wanted to sum up the DMT experience. People talking about all these machine elves and all this other nonsense, and yeah, everything. Everybody's just seeing things that genetic levels of your own soul archetype, that you are. So yeah, you're gonna see some little Native American little elves, and yeah, you're gonna see some Japanese looking shit. Yeah, you're gonna see some Russian shit, some African shit, and you're gonna see some Irish shit. You're gonna see some weird culture, some other thing that you already love anyway. So if you think about your imagination as a whole, close your eyes right now, and the first thing that comes to your mind is the thing that you love, or that you're gaining an addiction from. Doesn't matter what it is. If you close your eyes, you're gaining whatever from that image power. And that's what happens when you're able to see past all these images we're always creating. And it's important to get away from these pieces of technology that give you images upon images and upon images to give you, to feed you. Because what you eat is not necessarily what you put in your body, it's what you see, and it's what you hear, and it's what you say, it's what you touch, it's who you touch, it's why you touch them. It's all food, or it's an addiction. It's a unhealthy infatuation, or it's a real pure balanced love. It's up to you as the architect to understand that. You don't have to go purchase anything. You don't have to go, eventually you have to stop smoking, as I did for this video. Eventually you have to just look at yourself, and upon seeing yourself, what are you going to tell yourself to do? What's next? Are you that important? Really? And if you are that important, build something. Show yourself your importance to you, just to you. You don't have to do it for any other reason, just to you. That's it. Guys, thank you for you. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. And you all please be well. And we'll keep this thing going because we love ourselves. And get off of constant images, because you got to give yourself some time with your own eyes closed to get your own journey to feel and fulfill what it is, so you don't have to repeat this kind of life ever again. A life when you have to have low emotions to feed your damn mind. You don't have to have low emotions to feed your damn mind. You're divine. Use your time to expand your mind. You don't have no more axe to grind. All you got is your own shine. Love you. Peace.